They had already written CharlieWoods off before the match even really began, before the first tee shot, before the crowd fully settled in, before anyone could imagine what was about to happen. The story was already decided in most people's minds. CharlieWoods was down by 5 strokes with only 9 holes left to play. He was facing Miles Russell, the hottest junior golfer in the world at that moment. A kid everyone was calling the future of the sport. On top of that, Charlie wasn't even healthy. He was dealing with a wrist injury that would have forced most young players to withdraw without hesitation. The smart money wasn't just on Miles Russell winning. People were openly laughing at the idea that Tiger Woods' son could pull off any kind of comeback. Even Charlie's own caddy quietly talked about damage control. Just keep it respectable. Don't let it get ugly. But champions don't hear doubt the way normal people do. What happened over the final 9 holes didn't just surprise people. It broke logic. It crushed probability. And it completely destroyed everything the experts thought they knew about pressure. And then came the 18th hole. What Charlie did there still feels unreal. If you think you've seen comebacks before, think again. What happened that day wasn't just the greatest comeback in recent junior golf history. It was a lesson in what separates good athletes from legendary ones. This is the kind of story that gives you chills. Let me slow it down and set the scene properly, because context matters. This was not just another junior tournament. This was a U.S. Junior Amateur Championship qualifier. Making it through meant you earn a real shot at competing in one of the most prestigious junior golf events in the world. College scouts weren't just watching casually. They were writing notes that could decide scholarships worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Professional agents were already studying body language, mindset, and composure, trying to figure out which kids had what it takes to survive at the highest level. The pressure was massive. Miles Russell arrived as the clear favorite. And when people say favorite, they mean undisputed. At just 14 years old, Miles had already made history by becoming the youngest player ever to make a cut on the Korn Ferry Tour. 14 years old. Competing against grown men with families, bills, and decade-long careers. And he didn't just survive. He thrived. Top coaches studied his swing and couldn't find flaws. Analysts compared his course management to players twice his age. In many people's minds, Miles wasn't just the future of golf. He was already redefining what was possible. Then there was CharlieWoods, carrying the most famous last name in golf history. A name that opens doors and adds pressure at the same time. Every single shot he hits is compared to his father's. Every tournament turns into a judgment on whether another Woods dynasty can exist. For Charlie, winning isn't just about trophies. It's about proving he belongs. But what most people didn't know heading into this match was that Charlie wasn't close to 100%. He had been dealing with a wrist injury for weeks. It wasn't dramatic enough to force him out, but anyone who plays golf knows how dangerous a wrist issue can be. Your grip changes. Your swing feels uncertain. Your confidence drops because you can't fully trust your body. Charlie's team seriously debated whether he should even play. The safe choice was simple. Rest. Heal. Come back stronger later. But when they suggested withdrawing, they saw something in Charlie's eyes. That same fire people saw in Tiger Woods when he walked up the 18th at Torrey Pines on a broken leg and refused to quit. The Woods don't quit. The first 9 holes were tough to watch if you were rooting for Charlie. Not because he was playing badly. His ball striking was actually solid. He was hitting fairways. He was rolling in putts. But Miles Russell was on another level. Birdies on holes 2, 4, and 7. Then an eagle on the par 5-6 that made the crowd explode. Charlie kept grinding out pars, doing everything right, but still watching the gap grow. By the turn, Miles was up by 5 strokes. In match play, 5 down with 9 to go is brutal. Not impossible, but close. The math says you need something special. You need your opponent to slip, and you need to play almost perfect golf. The ESPN commentators were already changing the story. They stopped talking about the match and started praising Miles' dominance. One analyst said, CharlieWoods is a great young player, but today we're seeing the difference between very good and truly elite. Social media ran with it. The story was written. Miles proves he's a real deal. Charlie shows potential, but isn't there yet. But everything changed at the 10th tee. Later, Charlie's caddy would say it felt like a switch flipped. Nothing physical changed. The injury was still there. The score didn't magically shrink. The pressure didn't disappear. But Charlie's mindset shifted. He stopped trying to survive. He started hunting. The 10th hole was a par 4 with a dangerous bunker on the right. The safe play was a fade to the middle. Charlie pulled driver and aimed directly at the bunker. He hit a perfect draw that started over danger and curved back into the fairway, leaving just a wedge. He stuck it to 8 feet and rolled in the birdie. Miles made par. Still down 4, but the message was clear. Charlie wasn't playing defense anymore. The 11th hole was a par 3 over water. Miles hit first and found the green. Safe. Smart. Charlie had 175 yards into the breeze with a wrist he couldn't fully trust. Any normal decision would be to aim center green. Charlie aimed straight at the flag. He flushed it 6 feet from the cup. Birdie. Miles made par. Now it was 3. Real momentum was shifting. On the 12th, a reachable par 5, Miles hit a monster drive and went for eagle. His second roll just off the green. Not bad, but not perfect. Charlie had 235 yards over a bunker. Every logical thought said layup. Charlie grabbed 3 wood. He hit it pure. The ball landed soft and stopped 12 feet from the hole. Charlie drained the eagle. Miles misses birdie. Just like that, the lead dropped to 1. You could see it in Miles' walk. Not panic, but surprise. His rhythm changed. His confidence wavered. Pars followed on 13, 14, and 15. Each hole felt like a win for Charlie. Then came the 16th, par 3, wind swirling. Miles hit the green, but left a long putt. Charlie aimed at the pin and hit it to 8 feet. Birdie. Tie game. From 5 down to even. The golf world couldn't believe it. The 17th passed with pars, but the tension was unbearable. Then came the 18th, a par 4 with water left. Bunkers right. Miles played it safe. Fairway. Smart. Set up for par and playoff. Charlie knew safe was enough. He aimed directly at the water. One mistake, and it was over. He swung. Perfect. The ball drew back to the fairway, leaving just 95 yards. Miles hit the green, 25 feet away. Charlie hit his wedge to 4 feet. Miles missed his birdie. Charlie buried the putt. Game over. From 5 down to winning on the 18th. The crowd exploded. CharlieWoods didn't just win a match. He made a statement. The name on his shirt isn't a burden. It's a promise.